Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu Baldur's Gate 3, der Aftershow-Party und dem Honor Run, ne? So, ich habe Schiss gehabt, ne? Am Ende der letzten Folge, weil ihn habe ich ja hier mit Freundeszauber, habe ich ihn belabert. Hab Schiss gehabt, dass ich wieder hier durchs Lager gejagt werde. Kratzer!
There's something strange in your old friend's mouth. What is it?
Was hast du denn da, Kratzer?
A familiar invitation. He wants you to throw the object he's dropped. But it isn't a ball. It's the astral prism.
Ja, aber ich kann es nicht werfen. Kratzer, komm mal her. Ich bin froh, dass Lazarus daran gedacht hat, meinen Lieblingsgefährten einzuladen.
Scratch barks merrily in something like agreement.
Bei allen Höllen, wo hast du das denn gefunden?
He whines. Let's talk, more throw.
Ja, aber kann ich nicht.
There you are. I was hoping you'd make your way over.
Geige, Lyra, Handtrommel, Flöte.
Gods, I must look a mess. I just rolled out from under a pesky ogre when Withers yanked me in. Oh, I didn't mean... Well, I didn't mean that. I just gutted the ogre, not... How about I change the subject before I dig this hole any deeper? You look positively perfect, if a bit shimmery at the edges.
To your relief, your projection holds. It took a dozen Gish's talents, a few stolen psi crystals, and 10 days of effort to conjure it. You can touch, taste, and talk. But your fleshy body is in limbo, the home of the mystical Githzerai. Once the Githzerai were one with the Githyanki, until bloody civil war severed the Gith species. The Githzerai god king Menyar Gith sent word through the cosmos. He knows of your rebellion, and he's agreed to parley. Should the Githzerai join you, you could vanquish Flagith in a red dragon's blink.
How fares the comet's path? I wager you've cracked open more Kithraki heads than you could possibly count.
Ich befasse mich jetzt mit politischen Angelegenheiten. Wir suchen mächtige Verbündete. Die Gizerei.
Diplomacy. Not so different from fighting, I find. You still grip your blade, you just hide it beneath a silken glove. How you thrill in the blade's hunt, Lae'zel. The trolls I've torn open, the ghouls I've cleaved, the stories I've been itching to tell. I don't suppose you'd indulge me.
Eine Geschichte über eine Schlacht, erzählt von der Klinge der Grenzen. Erzählt.
Yes, but just the one, or I'll be yammering all night. You want to hear about the Stegosaurus that bullied Candle Keep, the impossible lich, or the young dragon who crawled out of Deeping Cave?
Eine Drachengeschichte finde ich immer unwiderstehlich.
There are tales galore of a great green dragon called Clogiliometer. Try saying that 5 times in a row. Clogiliometer, Clogiliomuffer, Clogamother, whatever. Let's call it Old Gnawbone. Turns out, old Norbone had kids. And one of them flew the roost and took to stalking a small elven enclave outside Crypt Garden Forest. The damned dragon had turned the place into a slave camp before I arrived. Sordid beyond words. He was a big boy, but still a young'un. A wonder of the skies, but a lumbering oaf on the ground. I tried a sly approach, but the whelp saw me coming and up it flew. Poison poured from its mouth as it descended. I tumbled away, cast flesh to stone, and it crashed to the ground. I could have ended the battle there and then, but this was prey that deserved to be played with. The beast was a smoking heap of black-green scales once the battle was over. The elves and I sang songs and drank mead in celebration until their barrels went dry.
Unglaublich. Ich wünschte, ich hätte das sehen können.
I wish you'd been there to join in. Oh, to battle together, just like the old days. I suppose that's my way of saying I miss you. Tonight, I toast not just the people we've become, but the people we were. Warriors, winners, saviors.
Euer Vater muss stolz auf euch sein. Habt ihr ihn besucht?
I've seen him more than a few times, and he's as proud of me as I am of him. He's leading the city's renewal, opened the gates to all newcomers, rebuilt the council from scratch. And he's back in his element, commanding the Flaming Fist with brave heart and no shortage of empathy. The likes of Gortash can bend people's minds with a few chosen words. No tadpole needed. Bane's Chosen primed the Fist for a war they weren't meant to win. He convinced them there was an assassin hiding in every shadow, that cruelty was the correct answer to crisis. With a few exceptions, fathers pardoned every last fist. If my forgiveness not be Tyr's will, so be it. I shall forgive them all the same. His words, not mine. He still believes in the bow and the blade, but with Floric's help, he's teaching the Fist a new lesson. Valor is found not in the wounds you inflict, but in the lives that you have bettered. May they all take it to heart.
Euch hält Misora mit ihren Missionen doch sicher auf Trab.
She's kept her leash loose. Though I've been no stranger to the hells. Every target she's set me on's been a demonic intruder. Tenari assassins who slip into Avernus. Armonites that amass near the Styx. My next mark's the most challenging yet. Or so she says. I don't know much more. Only that it's no demon, but a devil. She's playing a game. I don't know what it is or how she plans to win, but I can tell you this much. I'd fall on my own blade and join the blood war in an instant should Zariel's hell-touched fingers stretch towards the coast. And as long as I'm more useful as a warlock, that's not a risk Misora would take.
Ich habe das Reisen mit euch auch vermisst. Ihr wart sehr angenehme Gesellschaft.
I've missed you too. The rush of battles we fought, the heart-to-hearts, the nights around the fire, the comfort of knowing I didn't face the unknown alone. If I had to do it all over again, and I'd rather not, to be clear, I can't imagine not having you at my side. Go on, the night's young. You shouldn't waste a moment of it. Or waste a single drop of wine for that matter. I plan on downing half a bottle myself. Oops, did I say half a bottle? I meant half a dozen.
Lucky thing I didn't decide to go to army yet. No way I would have made it back in time.
Gale?
A word? Well met. I am a magical projection of Gale of Waterdeep. And if you see this manifestation, that means I have prematurely perished. Alas, on this occasion I appear to have been erased from this plane in both soul and substance. So the usual protocol for revivification cannot be followed. I am, however, available for the duration of this spell to assist with the tying of any loose ends related to my recent departure from mortality.
Was ist das für ein Protokoll zur Auferstehung, das ihr erwähnt habt?
A sequence of elegantly designed failsafes to be executed in order to reverse the occurrence of my unexpected but impermanent demise. As I am unable to detect any trace of my existence in reach of mortal magic, however, such a protocol would, in this instance, be destined to fail. The good news is I am here precisely to assist in cushioning that heaviest of blows. I have been entrusted with the delivery of a letter to be given to one who cared most for me in life. I hope these words do something to ease the tragedy of my untimely and, honestly, quite unexpected passing. With that, I'm afraid my spell is waning. Is there anything else you need of me before I blink out of existence?
Komm her, Junge.
How fortunate I was to know someone like you.
Are you there, Gale?
Ich werde dieses Buch einfach nicht los, ne?
It's a lovely little gathering.
Mein Freund, vergebt zunächst die Unruhe, in der diese Zeilen verfasst wurden. Meine Hand kann den Erschütterungen des Nesserhirns nicht trotzen. Oder vielleicht zittert sie von sich aus. Das ist an diesem Punkt kaum noch zu sagen. Versteht mich nicht falsch, ich habe keine Angst zu sterben, aber ich habe Angst vor dem, was ich möglicherweise hinterlasse. Dass mein Opfer auf irgendeine Art schlimmeren Schaden angerichtet als die Kugel. Schaden im Herzen der Leute, denen an mir liegt und die ich dann nicht mehr trösten kann. Ich bete, dass es nicht so sein wird, dass sie ein Leben voller Schönheit, Glück und Wunder führt. Seit ich euch verlassen habe, nichts weniger habt ihr verdient. Ihr ruft mich, ich habe wirklich keine Zeit mehr. Aber ihr habt sie, das verspreche ich. Wenn dies vorbei ist, beginnt euer Leben neu. Haltet es in Ehren. So wie ich unsere Freundschaft. Nur darum bitte ich euch. Gale. Das muss jetzt wieder sein, ne?
Oh, right. You. Hello.
Hallo. Ihr müsst Tara sein. Sehr erfreut, euch kennenzulernen.
Yes, I'm certain it is. As for you, well, I've heard congratulations are in order. You helped Mr. Dicarios save Baldur's Gate from the Absolute, isn't that right? I can almost feel Gale here. Among his friends. In you. Some part of him remains, doesn't it?
Ich vermisse ihn auch, Tara.
That's good. We should miss him. He was such a lovely fellow. Proud as a peacock, but my little love. Oh, what I wouldn't give to snuggle up on his lap one more time. Just once would do.
Ich weiß, wie ihr euch fühlt.
To lose the one you love the most. What a terrible thing. Perhaps you'd be willing to come meet Gale's mother sometime? She misses him so. And I know it would do her heart a world of good to discuss her son with someone who knew him as he was.
Das würde ich gerne tun.
Jolly good. I'll tell Mrs. Dekarios to be expecting you. Oh, she'll be delighted. Things just haven't been the same without himself cluttering up the place. Enjoy your party, dear. I've heard you quite deserve a celebration. Rather warmer down south than it is in Waterdeep.
Tonight, lest I lose control and slip into
For 2 months we trained the Knights of the Comet. For 2 more we skewered Kithraki bellies. And for 2 more yet we traveled through Limbo. It's taken a dozen Gish's talents and a few stolen psi crystals, and 2 10 days of effort to conjure our projections here. Worth every one of those days and every drop of their sweat. Right here, right now. There's no other place I'd sooner be. Enjoy your night, chatter away. For tomorrow, we face Zereth Minyaragith.
Zereth Menya Agith. How well you know the name. The immortal god king of the Githzerai, and the ruler of their capital, Shraktalor.
Es ist dennoch schwer zu glauben. Die große Kriegerin Lazelle auf diplomatischer Mission.
Minyaragith is an ascetic. He reached out in good faith. This is his way. It is in this spirit that we must meet him, my love.
Love. The word hangs in the air for a moment, before Lazelle continues, unfazed.
Trust me, my blade is keen as ever. But it was here, in Faerun, where I learned a proper victory doesn't always require a razor-sharp edge. Sometimes, a sincere plea is more persuasive than a dagger against the neck. And if Minyaragith refuses, we carry on. Gravity pulls us in but one direction. We are warriors of the Comet. We will blaze forth until we burn Vlaakith's bones to ash and smash her phylactery to pieces. And when the Comet has risen, we will be forever together. As surely as Kalir will forever circle the sun.
Was ist aus dem Ei geworden, Lazelle? Ist es geschlüpft?
So it has. And a fine man the hatchling will be. I call him Zan. Freedom. He is with the mages of Zamvardim. I trust his care to no one else. Zan's destiny will be his own to follow. Warrior, poet, explorer, scholar. His way will be the way of the Comet. No chains to bind us, no lies to bury us. Liberty will be the rallying cry that unites our empire.
Ich liebe euch, Lazelle. An eurer Seite zu kämpfen ist eine Ehre und ein Vergnügen.
Love. Until I knew you, I thought the mere idea a joke. A weakness indulged only by lesser species. You proved me a fool. I am forever grateful. A taste I will never grow tired of.
Wenn Orpheus unsere Siege doch nur hätte erleben können.
I admit, I've longed for his guiding wisdom more than once, but I have not heard tell of him, nor has my mind felt his presence. Gith's son has been lost to the shadows. Perhaps one day, when the Lich Queen is dust, he will step into the light.
You made it!
Was hast du denn?
Now
Bist du blöd?
there's a party.
Geheimer kritischer Treffer.
New days, old friends. There's no...
You would think someone of my vintage would be inured to the passage of time. Yet these past 6 months have seemed endless without your company. But now, our paths cross once more.
Lasst mich raten, genau wie die Natur es vorgesehen hatte.
Just as I hoped they would, more like. The Oak Father has been kind to me this past while. Yet I cannot forget the bond we all forged together. It is one that can weather any distance, any passage of time. I know it can. For I feel the longing for old friends in my heart each day.
Ihr klingt, als könntet ihr eine Umarmung gebrauchen.
I always do. Should I ever decline, assume a doppelganger has taken my place. That was more than worth the wait.
Jetzt bist du schon wieder komisch. Wo das hergekommen ist, gibt bestimmt noch mehr.
Rest assured, my arms shall be ready. Now, we have much to catch up on. Do not allow me to ramble on. I am eager to hear all you've been doing.
Ihr zuerst, Hölzchen. Ich will von eurem Leben hören und von den Leuten, denen ihr geholfen habt.
In that case, very well. Our community grows rapidly. In 6 months, we have turned what was once a shadowy wasteland into a true home for all. In another 6 months, I would wager the scars of the past will be entirely invisible, even to those who remember them. The old masonry of Moonrise Towers and Wraithwin have been repurposed into new homes, and the land is rich with harvests and bountiful trees. Nature and civilization are in harmony, stronger together.
Klingt wunderbar.
It is, truly. Though a more complex, evolving beast than I could ever have anticipated. I spoke often of balance before. Only now do I realize the balance is no simple, fixed thing. We welcome folk from all walks of life. Anyone who wishes for a new start. Naturally, it can be chaotic at times, but it is a thrilling sort of chaos. It thrives in ways I could never have dreamed of.
Ich muss mir den Ort einmal selbst anschauen.
You are welcome whenever you like, and for however long you please. Now, please, tell me all, and spare no details. I shall not lie. I have an ulterior motive in wishing to hear all. It is the children, you see, my charges. Their appetite for bedtime tales is greater than I could ever have anticipated. Another story, Daddy Halsin. Another is the chorus that greets me each nightfall. They have all but exhausted my repertoire in but a few short months. No mean feat given the lifetime I have lived. I desperately need new material, please. My reputation is at stake.
Gut, mal sehen, was ich tun kann.
I am all ears. Though I never cared for that phrase. A rather unsettling image. You have kept yourself busy. I expected no less, in truth. I shall be able to keep the children enthralled for a few more nights yet, thanks to you. And should you wish to retell of your exploits in person, well, I shall not object to a night off. Now, it would be cruel of me to hoard you all to myself for the evening, as much as I would like to. I shall leave you to the others for now, unless there was anything else.
Erzählt mir von Nathaniel und Oliver. Seht ihr sie oft?
Quite often. They come and go as they please, but with so many playmates to avail of, they are far from strangers. They ask after you often. What you did for them will never be forgotten. I can see it in the land all around me. But more importantly, I see it in their faces whenever they visit. To make a child smile is to dabble with the power of gods, as far as I'm concerned.
Ihr streift sicher noch gerne in Bärengestalt umher.
I spend half my days in ursine form. The children demand it. I had a score of them taking turns riding upon my back just days ago. I'm glad they are so comfortable with the Oakfather's creations. But they must learn that not all are as amiable as I am. A lesson for another time, though. They deserve some joy. As for roaming, that impulse has dwindled, I must admit. Perhaps because I have found where I am meant to be.
Und der Hain? Seid ihr mit dem noch verbunden?
On occasion, but I prefer not to interfere. Francesca of the High Forest is Archdruid now, and by all accounts, she has proven to be a steady and wise influence. Even Korga may yet find true balance, thanks to her influence.
Ich habe euch für etwas angeboten. Ach so, ich habe für euch etwas angeboten. Vergebt mir. Ob es in eurer neuen Gemeinschaft Platz für einen wohlerzogenen Eulenbär gibt?
Do you truly even need to ask? Of course. Who could not open their home to a befeathered hero of Baldur's Gate? And I did promise the children I would bring them back a surprise. Oh, imagine their faces.
Ihr scheint beständiger als gedacht. Ich hätte das für gegen eure Natur gehalten.
As did I, but somehow I feel like I no longer need to roam. That I have found something worthy laying roots for. Amazing what can be discovered about oneself, even at a ripe old age.
Darf ich noch eine Umarmung haben?
By all means. If only we could stay like that forever. Before you go, I have something for you. Just a little keepsake, really. Do you remember how I told you I like to whittle?
Ja.
I made this. Ducks are my favorite, but I thought they were particularly fitting in this case. They are migratory birds, of course, traveling far and wide with the turn of the seasons. Yet, they always find their way back to where they belong. Just like old friends find themselves back in each other's company.
Reizend. Vielen Dank.
Just a token to remember me by. Now, I've taken up enough of your time. Go on. Enjoy the festivities. We can speak again later.
Alles klar. So, Will haben wir, Jaheira haben wir, Volo haben wir, den Eulenbär haben wir sowieso, den Typen da oben haben wir.
Reunited with friends amidst nature.
Asterion.
Well, look who decided to turn up. I wasn't sure our withered old friend could live up to his promise. But here we are. Or here I am. I'm not sure about you.
Nach zahllosen Kämpfen auf der Astralebene habe ich mit Lizelle eine Pause im Limbus eingelegt.
But of course, I imagine traversing a cosmic war zone is no easy thing. You know, I was concerned you'd land yourself in trouble without me to look after you, but I see you're doing just fine as you are. Flying across the cosmos on the backs of dragons, waging war on your mad queen. I couldn't be more proud.
Ihr wirkt glücklich. Habt ihr getrunken?
Alas, no. I haven't dared to risk it while Cazador still lives. I haven't seen the sun since the brain fell. I'm reduced to eating vermin once more, and I can't walk the streets lest Cazador finds me.
Tut mir leid, ich wünschte, ich hätte helfen können.
Well, you've been busy, haven't you? Away having new adventures, living your new life. Although, if you wanted to help now, I certainly wouldn't say no. You're more than capable of facing him. And killing him. One hopes.
Hoffentlich. Ihr zweifelt doch nicht an meinen Fähigkeiten.
Well, of course not, darling. We've all seen what you can do against a giant floating brain. A vampire will be a walk in the graveyard after that.
Natürlich würde ich ihn gern töten.
Thank you. I can't tell you how much this means. But killing vampires is a decidedly daytime activity. For now, we can simply enjoy the night. We've had quite the journey, you and I. From the moment I first threatened you, I knew you were someone special. Someone to take on the world with. I will miss our time together. But then again, maybe this isn't goodbye. So much as it's, see you later, darling.
See you later.
I expect there have been other reunions to which I was not.
Mintara!
So, here we are. A gathering of allies at a cold campsite with no servants to attend us and few luxuries to enjoy. Oh, we could have been conquerors. We could have ruled these realms as gods. Do you ever regret that we did not take control of the Netherbrain?
No. Gerade ihr solltet froh sein, dass die Absolute nicht mehr ist. Sie hätte euch beinahe zerstört.
True. But what better revenge could there be than enslaving the abomination that was the author of my torment? I shall not dwell on the past, though. The future is unwritten and rich with possibilities.
Und welche Markierungen habt ihr hinterlassen, Mintara?
I feared that returning to the Underdark as an apostate of Lolth would be an act of madness. Perhaps it was. If so, it is a madness that fits me well. Rebels swarm to my cause, and even if it takes centuries, I will reclaim my house in Menzoberranzan. And make the Spider Queen bleed.
Cool. Minsk! Alte Säge.
You see, Boo? Boo! We are not dreaming. It is our old friend.
Auch schön euch zu sehen, Minsk.
Oh, and it is good to be seen. Oh, after so many days down in the dark, Minsk began to wonder if he was some blind bug who had only dreamed himself to be large and bulksome. You will forgive the aroma, I hope. We were not expecting the Dusty One to open a portal to our very cell. Boo had a moment to lick himself clean, but there is a little too much of Minsk to cover.
Ihr wart eingesperrt? Weswegen?
Minsk and Boo have been helping, of course. We guard the streets, while Jaheira is occupied with harperish matters. The Zentarum rule the city's underbelly, So Minsk and Boo went to give them a tickle. There were harsh words, battle cries, some manner of head wound. We awoke in a Zentish cell, awaiting trial by noble combat. Execution, says Boo, though I am not sure of the difference. It is a long walk to the gallows, and Minsk still has his fists, no?
No? Klingt, als hätte Letzter euch gerade noch rechtzeitig rausgeholt.
In ample time indeed. So long as the Bone Mage returns us to our cell by dawn, Boo would not be late to the bloodshed. But leave such matters for the morn. Tonight is for celebration and the telling of tales. How have you filled your days since we tore this sticky tyrant from the sky?
Ich habe euch alle vermisst, um ehrlich zu sein.
No, no, my friend. It is not yet time for tears and passing Boo around for the wiping of eyes. There is much merriment to be made before the night is done. Go and greet the others. Minsk shall make himself presentable. Ah, this pond shall do nicely, Boo. Though I see no soap. So you shall have to blow the bubbles for me.
So, wo ist meine Karlach? Das ist, wo ist sie denn? Wo ist Carla? Da.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. He wasn't kidding. Withers, you mad bastard! You brought me back! Soldier. It's really you. I've missed you. Like, I've really missed you. And you're so shimmery.
Stört euch nicht an der Projektion. Anders kann man das Fest nicht besuchen, wenn man im Limbus ist.
Limbo, huh? You and Lazelle have really been going places. Gods, I wouldn't have the nerve to stand against the two of you on any plane. As for the Avernus crew, man, that place is brutal. Oh, but hey, guess what I found? Cambion dropped a map with directions and blueprints for Zariel's own private forge. A fucking forge! Our current plan is to get in, grab a smith, and force him to fix old Rusty. Or maybe give me a brand new model that can live outside Avernus. You haven't seen the last of old Karlach yet, soldier.
Schön. Wenn irgendwer Avernus zweimal überleben kann, dann ihr.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Keep a bottle of something good in the icebox for me, huh? Mama Kay's coming home before too long. Can I look you up when I'm out?
Das will ich doch hoffen. Sonst muss ich euch aufspüren.
Hey, that would be kind of fun, though. High stakes hide and seek. Honestly, I'd be curious to see if you could land a blow or two. Gods, is it good to see you again. To be here, together. Hard not to get used to it all over again. This won't be the last time. I promise.
Ja. So, dann haben wir sie jetzt alle, ne? Ich denke schon. Da haben sie mir nochmal einen Seitenhieb hier mit dem Mit dem Geld verpasst.
This one night is like any other, and yet different. Thou art the savior of Baldur's Gate, until such time it requires saving again. How dost thou feel?
Zufrieden. Ich habe alles erreicht, was ich erreichen wollte.
I am pleased to hear it. The satisfaction of one's intention is, to my surprise, a rare accomplishment. Enjoy the revelry of the day. Thou deservest at least that much.
Ich habe mich wohl mit allen ausgetauscht. Was kommt als nächstes?
What indeed? Prick up thy ears and listen. The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is over. For now. Thou played thy part in weaving the fabric of fate itself, but for every thread you sewed, so did the gods unravel another. Sleep, rest, revel, but be ready, for thou mayst yet be needed. Until we meet again, I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth, love, and above all, problems worth solving.
Auf die besten Freunde, die ich mir hätte erträumen können.
To you.
Pling. Gruppe Feindhammer. Trophäe erhalten. Da ist das Ding. Leck mich am Arsch. Das Spiel ist einfach wunderschön. Die Musik, die Charaktere. Ich habe jetzt den 3. Durchlauf abgeschlossen, kann es nicht erwarten, den 4. zu starten. Der Hammer. Ja, und ihr seht das jetzt wahrscheinlich erst in einem Jahr. Also, wenn ihr das seht, habe ich die ganze Sache vor einem Jahr gemacht. Ja, weil ich habe zu viele Sachen aufgenommen. Ne, jetzt morgen für euch fängt, sagt man schnell, wie heißt das? Cyberpunk an. War auch göttlich. War göttlich. Ne? Red Dead Redemption war göttlich. Ne? So. Und ich habe schon beim letzten Mal mir darüber Gedanken gemacht, was zockst du denn als nächstes? Wovon machst du als nächstes? So, und jetzt kam gerade zur Zeit wie heißt das? Dragon's Dogma 2 raus. Wollte ich eigentlich holen. Die haben nur wieder richtig Scheiße gebaut, ne? Naja. Bei Release die ganzen Sachen zu zocken, ist, glaube ich, nie eine gute Idee. Ne? Auch hier bei Baldur's Gate. Ne? Das ist jetzt Patch 6 gewesen. Neue Kussanimationen. Ne? So, und ich habe jetzt schon gehört, es wird zwar kein DLC geben von Baldur's Gate, Es wird auch kein Baldur's Gate 4 von Larian geben. Allerdings ja, soll der böse Durchlauf ein bisschen noch aufgewertet werden. Wo ich mich ja relativ gut oder eigentlich ein bisschen drauf freue. Ne? Ein bisschen, weil ich habe angefangen hier bei dem Let's Play und wollte auf böse spielen. Einfach mal zur Abwechslung und damit ihr mal was anderes seht. Hat nur so semi hingehauen, ne? Wie ihr gesehen habt. Ne? So. Die andere Sache ist die, ich habe auch immer so das Gefühl gehabt, dass man halt ja viel von der Story verpasst, wenn man böse spielt. Ne? Ich habe im Mesekin, habe ich ja dann nochmal hier ja, ab dem Zeitpunkt mit Orin habe ich dann nochmal auf böse gespielt. Habe ich das Kotzen gekriegt, ganz ehrlich. Hat mir überhaupt nicht gefallen. Weil Jaheira hat sich sofort von mir abgewendet. Danach hat sie mich mit Minz zusammen versucht aufzuhalten und es sogar geschafft, weil sie mich einfach in Rauch verwandelt hat und dann hat die mich zusammengehauen wie ein Handkorb. Ich konnte nichts tun. Hat mich so ein bisschen überrascht. Hab sie dann auch fertig gemacht, aber das gefällt mir nicht. Ne? Jaheira ist eine meiner... Ich mag die alle leiden. Ne? Karlach liebe ich über alles. Schattenherz liebe ich über alles. Asterion liebe ich über alles, obwohl ich den hier verskillt hatte. Ne? Allerdings die anderen Builds, die ich rausgesucht hatte, die waren Bombe. Die waren Bombe. Der Hexenmeister-Bild, den ich für mich persönlich hatte, der hat genauso hingehauen, wie ich es mir gewünscht hatte. Leider erst ab Stufe 5. Der Bild von Schattenherz war auch gut. Besser als also so ein bisschen die Stats reparieren von den Teamkameraden ist schon nicht verkehrt. Na, so, aber ihr seht's. Wenn ich mir den goldenen Würfel schnappen konnte, dann könnt ihr es auch. Ne? Ihr solltet euch nur halt den Hinterkopf eintackern, die Spinne erst frühestens ab Stufe 5 angreifen. Und das macht ordentlich was aus. Ne? Und ja, wenn es nur um den goldenen Würfel geht, wie der Typ sagte, geht nicht um Style, sondern es geht darum, den Würfel zu bekommen. Ich habe ein paar Kämpfe gemacht, die ich, wenn ich jetzt ganz für mich alleine gespielt, die hätte ich ausgelassen. Ja, die hätte ich ausgelassen. Zum Beispiel hier den Savok. Ich glaube, ich hätte ihn nicht bekämpft, wenn ich nicht gemusst hätte. Den Loot, den er hat, konnte ich nichts mit anfangen. Dann hätte ich einfach das Schwein da umgebracht und gut ist. Ja. So, und wie gesagt, ich hab Schiss gehabt vor dem Netherhirn. Ja, aber vielleicht, ich hab ja gespeichert an der Stelle. Vielleicht gucken wir uns den Kampf nochmal an. Ich weiß es nicht. Ja. Für mich ist heute jetzt erstmal Feierabend. Ich drücke jetzt gleich die Credits weg, weil da kommt noch eine Post-Credit-Scene, die habt ihr beim letzten Mal nicht gesehen. Die fiel mir dann erst nach 20 Minuten auf. An dieser Stelle bedanke ich mich fürs Zusehen. Ich hoffe, es hat euch gefallen und ich wünsche euch was. Bye, bye.
There thou art, the dead three. Thy faces gods, thy actions barely worthy of the name. Didst truly believe thy ploy would succeed? Didst believe I would not notice? Thou soughtst to bolster thy strength by taking away the souls of mortals. But souls vanish when their hosts become mind flayers. Didst think the other gods would not notice? Gods thou may be, yet thou hast proven thyself fools, everyone. The supplication of Bane, the whimper of Baal, the death mule of Merkel, felled by mortals. I overestimated thee. They did not. Vermin, away. Thou wilt trouble us no more.